Chapter 9. Reproduction in Animals. What is reproduction? Every living being can reproduce one of its kind. They produce their young ones to replace their old and dying forms. If they fail to do so, their forms will definitely disappear from the earth. The process by which animals produce their young ones is known as reproduction. Animals reproduce mainly in two ways. Number 1, by giving birth to young ones. 2, by laying eggs. Knowing reproduction in animals. Animals giving birth to young ones. Some animals give birth to young ones. These are known as mammals. For example, cow, buffalo, dog, cat, monkey, horse, and human beings. The young ones of mammals develop inside their mother's body. When the babies are born, they are weak and helpless. Their parents, especially mothers, take care of them. They feed on mother's milk till they learn to feed themselves. Whales and dolphins that live in water are mammals, as they give birth to their young ones. Bat is the only flying mammal that gives birth to its young ones. Egg-laying animals. Some animals reproduce by laying eggs. These are called egg-laying animals. For example, birds, insects, fish, frogs, reptiles, etc. Reproduction in birds. Birds build nest to lay eggs. All eggs are protected by a hard brittle covering called the shell. Within the shell, there is a clear sticky liquid called albumin or egg white. It protects the growing young bird. Inside it, there is a yellow liquid called yolk that provides food to the baby. The embryo will only develop if the egg is kept warm. Structure of an egg. Thick albumin, air cell, eggshell, germinal disc, vitelline membrane, thin albumin, chelaza, yolk, cuticula. Usually, the mother bird keeps the egg warm by sitting on it. After 21 days, the fully grown chick breaks the shell of the egg and comes out. This process is known as hatching. Reproduction in frogs. A female frog lays hundreds of eggs in water in a safe place. The cluster of eggs is called spawn. When the eggs hatch, baby frogs come out of them after 3 weeks. They are called tadpoles. They resemble a small fish rather than a frog. They breathe through gills. Tadpoles have a tail and no legs. After a few weeks, the lungs and legs start growing in tadpoles. Their nails become shorter and lastly disappear. After some time, they become adult frogs. Reproduction in fish. Like frogs, fish lay thousands of eggs in water. The eggs are also called spawn. A young baby fish is called a fry hatches. After some time, it grows into an adult fish. Out of thousands of eggs, only a few hundreds turn into baby fish. Other eggs are eaten by big fish. Reproduction in reptiles. Reptiles like snakes, lizards, etc. lay their eggs on the ground. They do not hatch them. The eggs are warmed by the heat of the sun. Crocodiles dig shallow pits in sandy banks of rivers to lay their eggs. When the eggs hatch, they carry their young ones to the water and look after them for some time. Reproduction in insects. Some insects like butterflies, grasshoppers, cockroaches, and houseflies lay eggs. The young ones that hatch out of these eggs look very different from their adults. During their stages of growth, they keep changing their appearance by shedding their skin and develop into an adult. This process of growth is called molting. Cockroaches and grasshoppers lay their eggs that hatch into small babies called nymph. They resemble their parents but are small and have no wings. After molting several times, they become adult. Butterflies, houseflies, and moth, etc. also reproduce by laying eggs. The female butterfly lays eggs in clusters on the underside of a leaf. These eggs hatch into small worms rather than insects. This worm is known as larva. The larva of the butterfly is known as the caterpillar. It eats leaves quickly and grows to form hardened case around its body. It stops eating at this stage. This stage is known as pupa. Inside the case, the caterpillar changes its shape slowly. After some time, the case around the pupa splits open and an adult butterfly comes out of it. Taking care of the young ones. Mammals and birds take good care of their young ones for longer period than other animals. Usually, the mothers take care of their young ones, but in a few animals, fathers also take care of their young ones. They protect them from the enemies. The mothers teach them how to search food for themselves. Fish do not take care of their babies. Quick recall. The process of producing young ones is called reproduction, which is necessary for the living beings for their kind to continue on the earth. Some animals like cat, dog, lion, tiger, and humans also give birth to young ones. Some animals like fish, frog, birds, reptiles, etc. lay eggs. Birds and mammals take good care of their young